Well, Costaki, as you mentioned, you were aware of the fact that Ace is a big, I almost said Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders fan.
It's hard to keep up.
Raiders.
And with a big bet yesterday, Chick said, oh, no. I'll even give you some points, Ace.
You know, it wasn't only Chick. The entire football world.
I would have.
That's right.
Because the Raiders had 7 last night.
Well, the experts called it a Super Bowl preview.
That's right.
I don't think they did, Ace. Once again, look for Ace's book at a bookstore near you, Unreasonable Confidence by Ace Cosby. It's at bookstores everywhere.
Now, Costaki, before we move on, you're probably wondering about the bird on Chick's shoulder. Could you introduce
Costaki. I'm sorry, Chipper. Would you say hello to Costaki? No,
Chipper?
Come on, Chipper, my new pet macaw.
Come on, Chipper.
Say,
Oh, okay.
hang on.
What is he? Is he rewinding? Are we back in the cart days of sound effects? There we go. There's Chipper.
Thought he flew away.
See, now he's a difficult parent.
Now, Costaki, now that you're back on Eastern Time, you've probably scanned the sports section of the paper and seen this huge article about ladies soccer in Brazil and the fact that during a practice session, a giant macaw landed on one of the players' heads, and they had to stop practice.
That's the macaw, by the way, not the woman.
That's the actual audio.
And he's now my pet.
Yep.
Chipper.
Chipper.
He's a good bird.
Chipper.
So he'll be commenting throughout your discussion, Costaki. I'm sure you've prepared something.
That's good news. Good teaser.
Good news.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you? Can you say girls soccer, women's soccer in Brazil? And I don't think the word Brazilian. Am I supposed to not think that?
Oh, yeah, those Brazilians. How about let's see that ass? Oh, sorry. I don't know what's coming.
It is interesting that
Is that Chipper?
I mean, every country. Well, you've got your French kiss.
Sure.
Your Brazilian wax.
Yep. Here we go.
Right.
Your Greek style.
And your American pig. And
What is that supposed to mean?
I think it hit you right between the eyes, Daddy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, Costaki, how are you doing? I know that you're back in your mom's house.
Yes.
Because of the whole COVID thing. You, your wife, and a kid.
Actually,
And the dog, right?
I don't know how much visual.
now.
I don't know how much visual I should do on the radio, but I did bring along one visual item.
Okay.
When I was a kid, my grandparents had a doll that was a clown, and if you pressed its chest, it made the most horrific sound. It was like, it was really terrible.
Wow.
So here's a picture of me as a 2-year-old on my birthday.
Oh, is that the scary clown?
Tilt the top forward a little bit.
And here's a picture of me once I realized it was a scary clown on my cake.
That is so sad.
And my grandmother had this on her nightstand for like 50 years.
What happened to the doll?
I thought you were going to say, what happened to the grandma?
I don't know what happened to the doll. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it probably still exists out there somewhere.
I bet.
It's terrifying.
It's probably in an attic somewhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
well.
probably
Now,
so.
Costaki is a big fan of the NFL, but Chick already pointed out the fact that your team lost in the last few seconds. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
The blankety-blank Cowboys, yeah.
Oh, my God. I actually picked the Falcons as my big upset this week, and boy, was I right.
Yeah.
I have been upset ever since.
Yeah. That's
When the
right.
Falcons have the lead, the 2-minute warning is just to emotionally prepare yourself for the heartbreaking loss that's about to come. Can the Falcons replace Freddie Falcon with Henry Heimlich? Is that too much to ask?
Oh.
Maybe a character that's like David Carradine. He also choked at the end.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that's dark.
Dark, yeah.
David Carradine, Michael Hutchins.
Tough
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Tough game, yeah. The Falcons'
Autoerotica,
offense.
is that what that's called?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that,
That's the
kids.
message to the kids out there. Don't do that. The Falcons' offense was not the problem. They scored more than Dallas and Patrick Duffy. There's a reference
Ooh.
Hey.
Patrick Duffy was in the TV show Dallas.
Oh, he's hot.
Yeah.
He was so
Wasn't-
hot.
Wasn't he like Aquaman or something?
Remember,
before
he
that?
was the one that died and then came back and it was all a dream?
Oh, it was all
the
a
shower,
dream.
yeah.
God, that was so maddening.
All a
I
dream.
forgot that.
You You wasted hours of your life watching that show.
I watched Dallas, of course.
You didn't suffer from Who Shot JR? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh,
You were even then you were too erudite to even care about Dallas.
I
and
never
Who Shot
watched a
JR?
second of that show. I couldn't. care
You
less
never
about-
watched a second of Dallas.
Not a moment.
What were you doing in the village with Kerouac, smoking cigarettes?
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, reading a book, perhaps.
Really?
Really?
You're the one who likes Ben Gazzara and Run for Your Life. What?
Well, that's because it's got a great theme song. Do you remember?
Dallas had a great theme song.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you know the theme song.
I don't. Sorry.
Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
I just thought the
It's catchy.
beautiful video footage in the show by Mr. Zapruder was always.
Also from Dallas.
Dealey Platt.
Not in the show.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Costaki. Give this a listen.
The Dallas
See,
theme
they've
chick.
got that percussion, those bongos, whatever they are, going real quick, like the guy's running. That was Run for Your Life with Ben Gazzara, as Chick said.
But he didn't have time for Dallas.
A cheap knockoff of The Fugitive.
Like the guys running.
It was a great premise for a show. The guy was given a year to live, and then fortunately the ratings were strong enough. He lived several years.
65 to 68, so 3. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
if
couldn't pay it, so I give him
if
another
someone
year.
said, Costaki, you've only got a year to live, the question is, what would you do?
What?
God.
I think Costaki probably has something prepared and he's trying to get to it.
Well, I would stop caring about the Falcons, I'll tell you that.
That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. Well, Costaki, tell me more about the NFL.
Here's the stat. I don't know if you guys saw this is floating around yesterday. The Falcons scored 39 points and had 0 turnovers. In 1933, you saw this, Chick?
This is amazing, yeah.
In 1933, they started keeping track of turnovers. And since then, teams that scored at least 39 points with no turnovers have gone 440-0 until Sunday.
Wow. That is, why don't you
That's a
come over
stat.
and join the Washington football team bandwagon? That is that's some Washington football karma there.
That would hurt my feelings. This Coach Dan Quinn is on the hot seat. Why does he still have a seat? He should not be. He should be standing in an unemployment line.
His seat should be fully engulfed. It's not hot.
Right. Dan Quinn should run a Chick-fil-A. He's a marginally capable manager who takes Sundays off. Am I right, everybody?
Hello.
Have you heard about this the problems that they're having with getting the coaches to keep their masks on?
Yes, they're finding them now. Big fines.
Big fines.
Yeah.
Well, like 100 grand?
But how much do you think are actual fines, and how much is the NFL putting a good face on this and saying we can't fine you $50,000. We're going to say it's $100,000, but don't you worry.
They got
about
to be
it.
serious about it, right?
Just wear your mask.
I noticed that some of the coaches are leaving their masks on all the time. They figure if the management can't see them, they can't fire them.
It's so funny. Last night you could see Gruden had his mask down around his chin, and then he's still using the play card to cover his face so no one can read that. Like, just leave your mask on. What are you doing? Yeah. Little known fact, Falcons head coach Dan Quinn, he was also Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. So he's had a tough run. He also invented New Coke, this guy.
That's bad.
I hear the Falcons, we were talking about the Philippines earlier. The Falcons are moving to Manila and changing their name to the Manila Folders.
Nice.
Oh, they fold.
I like that.
Okay, yeah.
I like that.
The folders, yeah.
You know, the coach was also a Chinese wet market inspector. He's had some. He was
Bad year.
Yeah, he had a tough year. He had a gender reveal party in California recently. I don't know if you heard.
Tough year, yeah.
That is a rough year.
He told Blockbuster not to buy Netflix. He's had a very tough run of things.
Yikes.
In my mind's eye, the Falcons are supposed to be storming through the league at this point. The Falcons have been downgraded from a hurricane to a predictable depression. They're not good.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Someone asked me yesterday if I blew a gasket. I don't know what a gasket is, but if it would make the Falcons better, I would blow it. A lot of injuries in the NFL. There's more pain in the league right now than an Adele song. That's bad.
It's injuries.
Adele, sad,
More guys,
sad lady.
More guys are going down than an Andy Dick daydream. That's the Browns beat the Bengals this week. That's what happens when a very stoppable force meets a totally movable object. And finally, from last night's game, a Raiders joke for you there. Richie Incognito had an Achilles injury, had to leave the game. He's the bully guy. You remember? There's some really ugly stories around Incognito. Why are we surprised he's such an a-hole? His name literally means dick in disguise.
True enough.
Richie Incognito.
Okay, well, thanks, Costaki.
Thanks,
Best of
guys.
luck. Say
Bye,
hi to
Costaki.
everybody for us.
See you tomorrow.